Good evening. I am Arya News Anchor Lady, and this is the news. Leftists everywhere are taking to the gym. They claim that they want to fight the MAGA movement, not figuratively, but literally. For some reason, I don't think the MAGA movement has anything to worry about.
Hey, Trump, I'm still waiting. This 74-year-old woman is still waiting for you to accept my challenge to a cage fight.
I want to fight them. I think...
Fight them?
Yeah.
I am Arya News Anchor Lady, and this is the Back Office Takeover.
Feel that? The keys are jingling, the crowd is singing. Back office in control, no permission needed. Chat makes a noise, scream if you believe it. We stole the keys, back office running wild. Live on air, whole check going wild. Bases dropping, mics hot, we flipping the script tonight. Patriot source, take over, feel that energy ignite. Back office, keys stolen. Chat jumping, we own it. Lean back, cause the bass pull you in. Super chat raining, we turn it to laser lights. Whole crew dancing wild under the spotlight. No script, no rules, just pure unfiltered fun. Back office crew, chat, the takeover's begun. One more time, feel the bass climb. Keys in our hands, the night is ours. Chat screaming loud, back office power.
What is up, guys?
Happy Friday, everyone.
Man, you guys, they left the keys unattended again. Can you believe that shit?
We are back at it, you guys. Hope everyone had a good week.
So, you guys, I know everybody is probably aware that we lost with all the stuff going on in Iran, we lost a couple of our fellow soldiers. So one of the things that we wanted to start getting used to doing here on this show is acknowledging all of our, anytime we lose somebody, I don't know about, that's probably one of the hardest things ever for me to hear. And not so much even for the soldiers themselves, but more so for their families. So me and Jake took some extra special time to put together something to do where we could honor the people that we lost over there. And we're going to go ahead and play that for you guys. We wanted to start the show off this way. And you guys give Jake a round of applause because I put together the music and I found a picture, and Jake decided to go above and beyond. So
Yeah.
with me, Jake?
Yep. You know, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but my dad served for 21 years in the Navy. He was a CB, and you know, I have a very special, you know, connection with military members and families, and you know, it's probably one of the things that I respect the most about my upbringing is, you know, just giving myself that understanding and appreciation of the men and women who put their lives on the line every day to protect this nation. So, you know, when I saw this idea that Guard threw at me, I just I had to go above and beyond. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
And you guys, I'll tell you this, Jake probably won't tell you guys this, but Jake stayed up all night the night that I gave this to him. It didn't have to be done right away, but he got so involved with it. He actually stayed up all night to the point where I was waking up the next morning and this guy was still working on this project because he wanted it to be absolutely perfect. And this is something that I really plan on doing and not just for fallen soldiers and stuff like that, but anytime that something like this happens, I think the worst thing that can ever happen is the day that a person's name is said for the last time, because at that point it really means that they're truly forgotten. I never want to forget our soldiers. I never want to forget our heroes. I never want to forget any of that, and I don't want anyone else to either. My grandfather fought in the Korean War, and at his funeral, I held it together until the moment that they had that gun salute. As soon as that happened, I broke. And again, it's for the families. They knew what could happen, but I mean, obviously nobody expects. And you guys, we wouldn't have our freedom if it wasn't for these brave men and women that have the courage to put on that uniform
Every
and
day.
stand up for everything that we have. We wouldn't have any of it. And we are all truly blessed for it. So with that,
you went where the world was breaking, where the quiet had all gone thin. You stood in the gap it was making, and you never came back again. So this is for you, every one of you, every name that the marble holds, for the young you gave and the years you never knew, for the stories that never got told. There's no word big enough, no song that carries far, but thank you for all that you are. You were somebody's whole tomorrow. You were morning that never came. Now the flag folds over the sorrow, and the free air still But this is for you, every one of you, every name that the marble holds, for the young you gave and the years you never knew, for the stories that never got told. There's no word big enough, no song that carries far, but thank you for all that you are. Rest now, the watch is ours. Rest now, thank you.
All I can say is may God bring their families peace,
Yes,
and may their name always be remembered.
absolutely.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah, sorry.
sorry guys. That's one of the hardest things that for people that I've never met or anything like that. uh, I respect everything that they do. It's just that is the hardest thing I think that I can ever hear, is that we lost someone overseas because they were serving our country and giving us this great nation. I don't think people quite grasp exactly what that means. America is the last beacon of hope on this planet. There is nothing else. There's nobody coming to save us. If something happens here and we lose this great country, there's nobody else.
No.
We're it. We're the ones that bring hope to the rest of the world.
And, Just Me makes a really good point. You have to remember, one, they're part of a unit. They've got friends, they've got families, they've got children. It's not just one life that is affected by this. And, as a military spout or dependent myself, I have so much respect and appreciation for the battles that these men and women go through on a daily basis to protect this nation. So that's huge. Is you have to understand that, all of these, military families go through this on a daily basis. And, I saw Just Me say that, she's seen the notification unit, drive by in the neighborhood, and it's gut wrenching. I've seen it too. Trust me. It's gut wrenching. You have no idea if they're coming to your house. You have no idea if they're going to your best friend down the street's house. It's tough.
And you guys, you have to think, people can say what they want about Donald Trump. The left, obviously, they're just a bunch of haters. But when you think about it, you look at the Gold Star families and you look at how much they adore Donald Trump. The man he's worth billions. And he took the time, and this was said by multiple Gold Star families, he took the time not just to visit with them, he took the time to sit with them for hours. Hours.
Yep.
You have to think about what just a single hour of his time is probably worth. And he didn't care. And he wasn't even president then.
Yep.
He was spending time with these families because, and he's got a history of that. Sending a plane to bring soldiers home for Christmas, and the plane couldn't fit everybody. So what did he do? He sent the plane twice.
Yep.
I mean, that's the man that we elected to run this country. And then the left has no idea. Because if you guys have been following the regular hosts on this network, they've been talking about the stuff that's going on in the communist revolution that we're seeing unfold right before our eyes. And it's real, you guys. I mean, it's so real. It's terrifying, because they're literally brainwashing people into believing that what we see, what we hear is not reality.
Yep.
It's
It's insane. I mean, just the way that, you know, things are said and described makes you believe. I mean, Nam said it the other night. He's like, "Oh man, like I was actually listening, you know, reading one of these things, and I'm like, okay, like I can get on board." But that's the problem. It's the way that it's being communicated that it sounds enticing, right? But the reality of it is extremely, extremely dangerous.
absolutely. So you guys, we're going to take a slight detour from kind of what we usually do in the show, and, you know, kind of keep it light and have some fun. And we're actually going to watch a video, and it's a kind of a long video. It's about 18 minutes, but it literally outlines the contrast of what our country stands for and who our country is, and everything else that's out there, the socialist nations. And most people don't realize what America meant to so many of these other nations. You take, you know, Iran, you know, the Persian people of Iran, who, I mean, for the most part, they have Western values. You look at what Iran was in the 70s. Iran was beautiful, and their economy was booming, and they were our close allies. And what happened? You had communists that helped the Islamists take over. And what happened to the communists? Well, they were lined up against a wall, and, you know, so
Mhm.
there's evil out there. There's true evil out there. And we have it so good in this country. We truly
So
have
good.
it.
So good.
It's incredible. It's the greatest country in the world. And this video is of a Venezuelan woman who is explaining exactly what she went through living in Venezuela when the socialists, quote unquote, socialists, took over and uprooted their entire lives and destroyed their families. You see, these people, they don't just want to come for your possessions. No, they want to come, they're coming for you.
Yep.
They want to break you. They want to destroy every ounce of who you are, every ounce of your faith, your family, your friends. They want you to be alone and hopeless, to where you have no choice but to rely on them.
Yeah. This right here.
Exactly. That's exactly right. They want to break you down and take your soul. Because if they convince you that God is not real, that you are in charge of your own destiny, it's easier to control. There was a movie that came out a while ago. It was Michael Douglas and the American President. Wonderful movie. And in that movie, Michael Douglas said, make people afraid of it and tell them who's to blame for it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you win elections.
Yep.
So, you guys, when you're watching this, pay close attention to what she says. Pay close attention to the emotions that she's feeling. Because this is reality. This woman's reality is the reality that other people want for us. And it's beyond terrifying.
I want you to really listen to this. Because if we don't act now, this will be us.
That's absolutely right. So with that, you guys will probably stop it, at some point and have some commentary. But again, really pay attention, because this highlights who we are, what we want, versus the other people out there that want to take it from us.
Again, I know I just asked you this, but I'll kind of ask it on the record now. About how long ago did you leave Venezuela?
It was about 2014 when my son was 1 year old. I couldn't stay more because I was in a point where if I didn't have diapers and we couldn't buy them, or anything, and I had to hey, I have milk, do you have diapers? So we started trading things to try to survive, and I just didn't want to put my son through all of that, so I thought that the best thing was trying to leave.
Okay. Let's make sure you're still in frame. Perfect. And I know you said that you had some family that still live in Venezuela.
I have a lot of family that still live in Venezuela. I have uncles and aunts and cousins. My younger brother, he still lives in Venezuela.
Now, obviously, I know everybody in the world, and I'm sure your family in particular, have been watching the news of what happened over the weekend in Venezuela. And I know there's been a lot of conversations about, especially with people in this country that maybe aren't a fan of what we did, what the military did in Venezuela, removing Maduro. But from what I understand, there's a lot of Venezuelans that are ecstatic with the way that this is happening.
So we need to set a record and make it clear in here.
Of course.
And this is the most important thing. 100% of the Americans that are against what happened in Venezuela are not coming from experience, okay? Whatever situation you have ever lived in the United States will never ever compare to the famine, persecution, and destruction that we have endured to 26 years. You are upset that a military operation took place because of oil, supposedly. That's what is being said. But nobody said anything while people starving, eating out of the trash. I had friends that took whatever somebody threw on the trash and tried to eat the leftovers. I had family that died because we tried to take medications from the country that we were at and send it to Venezuela, and it wasn't allowed in.
Goodness, sorry,
No, don't worry.
flag came on down. Goodness, all right.
Yeah, so we were talking about, how Americans have seen this. And we see it as salvation, honestly. That's the way we see it. We see it as the opportunity to hug our family again. Because, I'm sorry. We fought way too hard. And we were either killed, run over by their tanks, taken to prison and disappeared. People that I studied with, they just disappeared. They just took them away. They vanished them. If you were put in notice, we know who you are. We know that you are protesting against us. We are going to come and take you. I worked for the government, for a bank in Venezuela, and they ran a list, and we had to, in any government, wherever the president was going to be, we needed to be there in slotted times because we needed to make it look like it was full. So an American that hasn't lived the terror of socialism will never understand what is going on right now. I don't care if you have a master's degree in whatever, unless you live it in your own skin, you won't ever understand it. And I think it's terribly disrespectful for anybody to tell Venezuela how we should react to that. I think it's terribly disrespectful to the people that have died, saying that Maduro shouldn't be where he is. In 2011, and this is out in the news, like you can confirm what I'm about to tell you. In 2011, there was an overpass that is called Yaguno in Venezuela, in Caracas. And the people that were walking over that underpass, I was there with my mom. We were in the protest. We started to get shot at from the top, and the order was that anybody that was wearing the flag as a shirt or anything, we were to be shot. And one of the people that was shooting down at protesters, at Venezuelans, was Maduro. He was one of the people shooting down. And that is proven, and there are photos of him attacking people. So you cannot tell me that he shouldn't be there. Now, he's there. There are so many other things that he has done that he's not paying for. But America is making him accountable for the things that are threatening directly Americans, like drug charges and everything. It's just the opportunity that we have before other crimes. He can at least pay for some, and we can have hope in freedom. When I saw the news, it was 5 a.m. I woke up and I read it, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, no, this is impossible. Let me read again. I just jumped and I started screaming and crying, call my mom, call my brother. I mean, we are happy. This is what we prayed for. This is what we dreamed for. We are not free yet. We need America to stay in Venezuela until all of the other bad guys are out. But without America, this wouldn't be fathomable. Like, it's just insane.
Now, obviously, your family's still there.
Yes.
I know it's only been a couple days now since Maduro's been captured, but what is Venezuela like right now?
So Venezuela is a good amount of happiness and fear. We do celebrate, and like you can hear the celebration, and people, we call it panelazo, like we make sounds with the pans and etc. But at the same time, they are still in power, even though Maduro is out. Delcy Rodriguez is as bad as he is. So people have been threatened, and people are actively being threatened. If you show support on what is happening, we are going to come and get you. So why don't you see Venezuelans in the street of Venezuela? Because we know that the military in Venezuela is still under control of Delcy Rodriguez, and if we go out to show support to what is happening, is going to happen the same that has been happening in all the protests that have happened. We are either going to be shot at, killed, disappeared, like something bad is going to happen. Like we get messages on WhatsApp. My brother, on the day that the bombs hit, that morning, where we live, where our home is, or used to be my home, is on a straight line less than a mile away from where one of them hit, the volcan antennas, las antenas del volcán. It was where it hit. He said that he heard it and he saw it, and it felt like the world was ending. But the fear is so great of what the government is capable of that when we were talking on the family chat, because he needed to go somewhere else to charge his phone because they lost power and all of that, and when he was coming back, we were advising him, delete all the conversations with us, turn the Wi-Fi, turn the WhatsApp off, your Instagram, don't share anything. If they stop you on the way back, make sure that you don't have any of these conversations with you, because that's the first thing they do. They ask you for your phone and they check on your WhatsApp and they see what you have been talking about. And in that, then something may or may not happen with you.
Now, for your family, are you worried for their safety?
I am worried for their safety.
Now, in a situation like this, is there any way to really guarantee their safety?
If America had boot on the ground.
And, yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Because, so this is the deal. I think that America is being smart about the way they are doing things. But to us, although it's great, we are like, just don't hold back. Just send it all. Because it's like, you just step on the head of the snake and you have it step down. If you move your foot away from the head of the snake, it's going to come out mad biting all of us. So the danger is still present and fear is still there, but we have something that we haven't had in decades, and that is hope. Because our hope is that they are not going to come and remove him and then go away like, oh no, yeah, it's fine, we just take him because of what he did. No, our hope is like, if you go away, they will still traffic drugs. They will still do all the things they are doing. So we are hoping for change because of the presence of the United States. Now, we need to set the record straight. Venezuela had her golden years in the 70s and the 80s. Venezuela's oil industry was run by United States, by American companies, by Americans. Americans built schools, Americans built infrastructures and roads and everything. My grandfather worked alongside them. Like, this is not like, oh, America wants the oil of Venezuela. I mean, of course, Russia, Iran, like, all of them also want the oil, but the difference is what is being used for. When Venezuela was in its prime, it was the United States. We have words in our language that are an adaptation of Americans. Like, watchman is the guy that stand watch. We call it watchman. But it's because we were so close with the Americans in the 70s that were all the companies in the western part of Venezuela that were running the oil industry and its peak of the best that we became like one. And then what happened? In the late 80s, Carlos Andrés Pérez, that was the president before Chavez, then he decided to nationalize it. And that's when some of the companies started to leave the country. After that, after a few years of Chavez in power, then he decided to 100% nationalize it, but he didn't do it in the way that should be done by repaying the investments or setting the record straight with the companies and sending them out. He expropriated the companies and became Petróleos de Venezuela. What happened? Total chaos, because not a single Venezuelan was prepared to work with the oil companies that they were left with. They didn't know how to work with their refineries. They didn't know how to work with the companies themselves. And that's how we came from being the biggest country in oil to literally produce less than 18%. We produce less than Colombia. It's just insane. We can't even refine our heavy oil. That's why Iran has to help us. It's just insane. It's a lot that goes on. So when somebody says, oh, America just wants the oil, take it. We just want food. Take the oil. If Russia and Iran and all of those countries are taking it already, Cuba, please, America, take it. Welcome, Americans, please. We just want to be able to have a life so we can pay for it. So we can live, so we can eat. People say, oh, it's going to be the 52nd or whatever state. Heck yeah, I'll dance the YMCA. But because my family will have food on their plates, because I will be able to go and hug my brother. I haven't seen my brother in so many years. We are considered traitors because we left our country. Our passport means nothing. If you go back to Venezuela, you just go to jail because you're a traitor. Like, look what the vice president has said, Diosdado. If we get with that passport in Venezuela and we come from places like this, or we have ever said anything against the government, we're just going to be thrown in jail. The real reality is different. The real reality is different. Those Americans, free Maduro, that's not real reality. That's them living in their little fairy tale story that are going to have a rude awakening. That's the truth.
Check one last thing on here. Just, I always get paranoid with my camera, but very powerful stuff. Very powerful. I think you've answered. I think you've answered everything that I've been going to ask. But is there anything else that you would like to add that maybe you haven't said that would be really important?
I talked to my brother this morning that lives in Venezuela, and I asked him those words. I said, I'm having the opportunity to talk to somebody about the situation in Venezuela. If you had the opportunity to talk, what do you want me to say? And he said, I want them to know the truth. In here, we don't have a future. When we work, we don't work for a home. We don't work for a car. We don't work for future plans. I would love to have children, and I can't. Not because I physically can't, but because we cannot afford it. We work for survival, and sometimes that doesn't even happen. So the real reality is, as long as America continues on help, there may be a future. I may be able to go and see my brother again. Hey, it's so strong. I have constant nightmares that I am ripped away from my husband and I'm sent back at Venezuela, and I'm terrified of what they are going to do with me. And those are nightmares because I love my country, but how can I live in it? How can I survive in it? There is not even the chance for survival. I had to leave my country. I had to cross the border with a 1-year-old to Brazil. I had to hide my son in a car because the military police wanted to take us. Because we were trying to leave the country, they wanted to force us to stay. I left my country with just the clothes I was wearing and a little bit of diapers and milk that I had left. Don't you dare telling me that this is not a reason for celebration. When I first come into the United States, I cried and had to turn around to my husband and ask him to please help me to open the shower because I didn't even know how to open the shower. When I walked into Walmart and I saw so many options to eat, I couldn't believe myself. Our reality is different. We want to live. And you guys have everything in this country, more than you could ever imagine. And I just wish that you could love it a little bit more and respect it a little bit more. Because if I had to give my life for America, I would. Because my family, I can have dreams and hopes and plans of a future, dreaming of a home, of a car, and all these silly things. Because of the United States. And whatever they do, they can destroy our body, they can destroy our history, they can destroy everything that they have done. They destroyed the Bolivar, they took 5 zeros from our, they can destroy anything, but what is in here? What is in here, the things that we lived through, that we survived through? They will never take it away from us. And there will be a day that as a family I'm going to go and hug them all again. We're going to say that we make it. And that's because real men in uniform went and took that man away. And that is the truth. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Here, let me, Gotcha. I'll go ahead and turn this off.
You guys, I know that was a little bit long, but she literally, someone who is from Venezuela saying that she would give her life for our country because of what this country means to her. I mean, how many times do you all hear that we are the most hated country around the world?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
how could you sit here and listen to her story and be mad about what we did?
I just
That's how bad this has gotten. I mean,
I wanted to come through the computer and just give her a big hug, because
same.
I've told, me and Jake were talking about this last night. I would gladly, people call us racist. They say that we don't. I would gladly take 1 million of people like her,
Mm-hmm.
if they would just take the people who want communism. Let's let them go live there for a little while, see how they like it, because I would take 1 million of her in a heartbeat.
I mean, just listen to her story, right? I mean, she's got a child. She can't afford diapers. She can't afford to feed herself or her child. Like this, it's incredibly heartbreaking what these men and women and children have had to experience. And I think one of the craziest things that she said that I actually didn't know personally was that when they were firing on the protesters, Maduro was one of them firing on them. That's insane. And the fact that we have people that are so mad, that's I mean, the TDS is real. Let's just say that. I mean, this is nuts.
You think about it, you guys. Those people, they hate you. They hate me. They hate anyone who would potentially rise up and stand against them, because they want you to kneel at the altar of collectivism.
Yeah.
And if not, they're going to kill you. And
Mhm.
honestly, the way I look at it is, I only kneel to my God, so I guess I'm going to die on my feet.
Yep.
I mean, this is America, and you commie fuckers can't have it.
Hell no.
So, I mean, I guess that's basically what it boils down to. This is our country. We love this country, and you commie fuckers can't have it.
Amen.
You want it? Come and fucking take it.
Come and try to take it.
Come and try to take it. Because I guarantee you, every single one of you guys out there, you know exactly what that's going to entail.
Yep. We'll answer the call if needed.
Exactly.
I just hope and pray that we don't ever need to.
That's why we elected Donald Trump.
And that's why these midterms are so important, you guys. As Kyle would say, you got to get out and vote, bitch. Because this is so important right now. I don't think
get
we
the
can
F out.
Right?
That's damn right. You
don't
want
think
communism? Go live in a communist country. Stop trying to take what was built on capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism has done nothing in this world but bring prosperity to so many people. Stand for the flag, kneel for the cross. Damn right.
Yep. Love the new picture, by the way, Tora.
And you guys, you know what they say? You can't kill a Christian. You can only change his address. So if they really want to come for that, put on the armor of God and do what you got to do, because it's better to die on your feet than to live in chains.
Yep. Shout out,
So you
Steven.
guys,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Steven. Steven's always, man. Steven, we appreciate you and all the support that you all give to us.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate all of you, and we value every aspect of that. And on that note, I think we're going to kind of lighten things up just a little bit, because it's been kind of a little bit of a downer. So let's kind of get everybody excited a little bit. And we decided that we're going to play with some lasers today.
Jake is on his sacred Starbucks run, double espresso, no foam, extra patriotism. He's standing in line, staring at the menu board when suddenly, boom, inspiration hits him harder than a proton torpedo. But it needed a name, something cool, something mysterious, something Russian. So Jake rushed back to the studio to tell Guarding the Grid, and using one of the laser cannons that they pulled off that old TIE fighter, they got started. Introducing the Mazel Tov, the first 100% American laser with a, wait, Russian? A Russian name?
Do I own 3 residences? Yeah, I do.
It's the Jewish space lasers! It's the Jews! Oh, so she cries round and round under conspiracy skies, eyes rolling worldwide, the rational scope, a wild yarns unravel.
What they should do, very simple, a lot of you don't know about filibuster, they should terminate the filibuster and approve everything. Because the Democrats are going to do it. The Democrats are going to terminate the filibuster as soon as they have a chance. And then they're going to approve Puerto Rico and D.C. as a state. They got 4 more senators. They're going to end up with 12 more congressmen. They're going to get like 40 electoral votes. If they are allowed to do that, by that time I'll be sitting home. And I'm not a big crier. I don't think you want to see me cry, you know? There are some people, they do very well when they cry. But you don't want to see me cry. But I may be crying when I'll be sitting home and I'll say, I told them they got to really terminate the filibuster, get everything approved right away. Because you're going to have a stoppage. You're going to have a stoppage in September. The Democrats won't approve everything. They become deranged, like deranged Jack Smith. Remember that deranged sick puppy? They're deranged and they won't approve. You're going to have a shutdown in September. And in 2 years later, you have the debt ceiling bill. They would love it. I call it the 1929. You know what 1929 means? That was not a good year. And there's no reason for it. They should terminate the filibuster. Everybody call John Thune at the Senate. He's the leader of the Republican Party, and tell him to get this stuff approved. So we're fighting so that all voters must show voter ID. We're fighting so that all voters must provide proof of citizenship, okay? And also the no mail-in ballots, very important. And we're doing exceptions for illness, disability, military deployment, travel. If you're away and you have problems, we'll be very easy on that. Look, if you're away, if you're in the military, you want to vote, we want you to vote. But we'll also enshrine in permanent law, no men in women's sports and no transgender surgery for your children.
So I'm going to leave this up for just a second. I hope that everybody can take note of that phone number. I urge you all to respectfully call him. You know, we do want him to actually do it, right? So,
But
be as
secretly, you're
respectful.
telling,
Be as
secretly, you're saying, get off your
respectful.
lazy ass.
Yes, be as respectful as possible, but you basically need to tell him to get off his ass and do his damn job.
You guys, I heard an interview from Jim Banks the other day, which is one of my senators, and he said that they had enough votes. There's enough votes to actually pass the Save America Act if they decided to nuke the filibuster. They're trying to put portions of it into the military budget, but it's not going to be all of it. So respectfully, we need to put as much possible pressure on John Thune as we can.
I mean, I'll be the first to say that I am not a fan. He seems to just simply not want to do what the American people want him to do. And as a majority leader, that's really disheartening to me. So I'll be the first to say I'm not a fan, but he is the one in the position. So we got to do what we got to do.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not much of a fan of John Thune. In fact, I wasn't a fan of Mitch McConnell either, but at least Mitch McConnell, he did some good things, but he kept Merrick Garland off the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So that alone, at least he did something. I can't think of a single thing that John Thune has really done. I mean, just seems like a bag of hot air to me at this point. So
yeah, it's like opening up a bag of chips these days, just filled with a bunch of air.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what it seems to be. But yeah, I mean, there's just Trump hating. Thune is a Trump hating weenie. I mean,
yeah, I didn't want to go out and say it myself, but can't necessarily disagree with you there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the problem is you have so many people lying constantly. I mean, I know people have kind of looked into John Thune, and it appears that he's getting a lot of information from a lot of really bad sources, people telling him that, to vote certain directions and stuff like that. And I mean, he actually doesn't believe that people want the SAVE Act to be passed. I mean, you're talking almost 80 some percent of the country want it passed, Democrats and Republicans alike.
Exactly. That's the frustrating part, is it's like, it's not just Republicans that are in agreement with this. Both sides of the aisle agree that some sort of voter ID needs to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's always going to be disagreement on the specific terms, the specific verbiage that's used, but the majority understands how important this is.
Yeah.
We just got to get it done. We could fix it later. I don't care. Get it done, fix it later.
Yeah. And, they say all the time, it's, well, our elections are secure, our elections, blah, 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 blah. Well, what about you know, in 2020, they said it was the most secure election that we've ever had. Okay, fine. But does this look like something that would have to happen during a secure election?
Seems super legit to me.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. You know, they're just trying to protect, what is it, people's
Nothing
social
to see
security
here.
numbers.
Nothing to see here.
Pay no attention to the man behind the cardboard cutouts. It's
Oh my gosh.
It's definitely
Those were some
sketch.
interesting times, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely very sketchy. But you know, I mean, that's what we're supposed to believe. That's where the whole gaslighting 81 million votes. Yep, exactly.
Yes,
you mean to tell
that
me
was 2020, you guys. That was not 2024. That was back in 2020 when they said that this was the most secure election.
Yep.
You know, there's nothing to see here. Nothing happened.
And you guys, I mean, you can say what you want about Barack Obama. I mean, he was one of the worst presidents ever, but Barack Obama was extraordinarily popular. And you mean to tell me that Joe Biden, who was basically a vegetable during the entire, I mean, his entire campaign, stayed in his basement, constant excuses. And you mean to tell me he got more votes than Barack Obama? I mean, I was listening to a podcast, and a lot of people might be familiar with this person, The World According to Ben Stein, Bueller. But a lot of people don't know this, but Ben Stein he's actually extremely intelligent. He has used to do statistics for Ronald Reagan, wrote a lot of Ronald Reagan speeches. And Ben Stein had actually said and showed the numbers that it is statistically impossible for what happened in 2020 to have actually happened the way that they said. Literally impossible. So that's one thing that doesn't lie. Math never lies. People lie. Math doesn't lie. So, and if everybody remembers, on social media, all you had to do is say something about the 2020 election not being legit, and you got banned.
Yep.
I lost,
like banned. Not just like warnings. No, you literally lost everything.
I lost the only photos that I had of myself and my fiance that passed away in 2020. I lost all of them on Facebook for saying, I don't even know what. They sent me a picture that I had posted of my cat and said that it was something about drugs. I'm like, are you kidding me? It doesn't matter. You know, back then it was, you said something bad about COVID. You said something bad about the election. You said anything against what we would consider the deep state, which is very real. You know, if you would have told me 10 years ago, you would have said the deep state, I would have told you to stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And then now you see just even a fraction. You guys, I can't even begin to tell you some of the stuff that we've seen coming from SK. She has got so much information, you guys, so much information.
It makes my brain hurt. So I could only imagine how she feels.
Yeah. And the work that she's doing, we witnessed a conversation the other day without going into details of the conversation, but where it was a back and forth about literally having so much information that she has no clue where to begin to even that's one of the things we're trying to help with. Is that's why we're doing so much work. That's why we've been doing, all the work that we have been doing. And there's nights where me and Jake will stay up all night long trying to figure out the best way to get this information to you guys, because we're just a source of information. We are the Patriot source. You guys are the Patriots.
Yep.
We need you guys to get out there and spread the word as well. We need you guys to be educated. We need you guys to know.
This network is about getting the information to the patriots of this nation, helping them spread the right message. And you could agree with every single thing that we say. You could disagree with certain things that we say. We're doing this from a perspective of, hey, we love this nation. We're going to give you as much information as we can. We're going to make sure that we're fact checking and we're, doing the best that we can to provide you the best, most accurate information. But it really takes you guys to help spread it.
Absolutely.
Because think about, all of the information that comes from a certain, I'm just going to call her straight up an influencer, grifter. Think about, she says one thing, how many impressions that makes on the nation, right? None of it's real. None of it's factual. She has no receipts, but she's going to speak to you like it's fact.
Israeli agents stealing the show, turning point malls with secrets to hide, just asking questions far and wide. It's the Jews, or so she cries, round and round under conspiracy skies, eyes rolling worldwide, the rational scope, her wild yarns unravel, falling right off, no bites on the bait she's desperately casting, but those clicks, they're everlasting.
You just had to put her face on the screen, didn't you?
Hey, you know what? It's some of the small little joys that I have to be able to still make fun of her a little bit.
Oh, man.
I don't want my entire world consumed by her. I mean, the best thing that I ever did was I block every single person that brings her up at this point. I am so beyond done with her.
I'm just going to say, we have a nation to save, and I love Charlie Kirk with all my heart. I have so much respect for the man. I want to see justice be brought.
Absolutely.
But let the case work itself out. Nothing that any of us put online is influencing this case.
No. Let the man rest in peace, He's
exactly. Respect him. Like, show some respect for the man he was. The man he will always be.
I'm seeing way too many people that are still, it's like they think that they're going to do some crazy investigation. The courts have already shown them, more than enough evidence to, I would say, to convict at this point. They have everything that they need. Everything that people said doesn't exist. And I mean, honestly, this is the last I'm going to even say about this, but I'm tired of seeing everybody jumping in and utilizing the entire Charlie Kirk situation as a way to continue to get attention.
Everybody knows that every single thing that comes out of that woman's mouth is a lie. Why are we paying any attention to it?
Yep.
Let's move on. Not to say let's move on from Charlie. It's let's move on from Candace. Right?
Yeah, we'll never move on from Charlie.
I will never. Yeah.
No. That man meant way too much. But I don't want to hear anymore. If I see people talking about, something that Candace Owens said, you know what? People at this point, people are tuning in just to see how crazy. Oh, the bullet was meant for me.
We both clicked it at the same time. Twice.
That was a good point. Yeah. Like the bullet was meant for me. Right. Shoot someone who wasn't even it. The conspiracy theories are so insane. And, I'm seeing people have entire shows that are based off of
her
what's
lies.
still
like we know their lies.
Yeah.
Like,
let the man rest in peace, because right now, like Jake said, we have a nation to save. And, we need to worry about the elections, because we've got people like this that are running for office.
What qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like,
and now I'm bankrupt. I'm divorced. My 2 grown kids.
And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator, and I think that would probably be their worst nightmare. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to use the bathroom.
Joe, what are you doing? Would you please just stop sniffing me? It's kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're
facing, you guys.
You got Meatloaf 2.0 over here running for Senate, and
I've been saying this all week.
He actually has been saying this all week. Is that Plattner and drag? I mean,
it really looks like him.
It kind of does.
I mean, I've seen some really good videos this week of like the transformation of Plattner to that, and they're pretty good.
Well, I mean, yeah, and the funny thing is you guys, you literally have someone who literally has a Nazi tattoo. Oh, I didn't know where it came from. Yes, you did. And you've got people who are coming out and accusing you of this and, and that. I mean, sexual assault and all this other stuff. Nobody seemed to care about really anything as long as he was going to get elected. And until they had their own people from their own side coming out,
be like,
nobody
hold on. Are we really sure about this guy?
Right.
Because this is pretty bad. Like,
and does anybody
remember? It took them realizing, like, okay, literally everybody is calling us Nazis. Like, we kind of can't do this.
Yeah. And I mean, does anybody remember what Elizabeth Warren came out and said about him? I mean,
you mean the script she read?
Well, yeah, and then she came out and did the exact same script for someone else. And it's funny. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. And if you guys pay really close attention, watch her eyeballs, because you could see as she has no clue what she's saying. She has no clue what she's doing. She's reading from a script and putting out the exact same. And what'd you say, Jake? That was the third. I know I've seen it at least twice. Did you say you saw it one more time?
I've seen it multiple. Like,
yeah,
by multiple people.
Yeah,
like
this
all
is
over. It's the exact same message. This is
Yeah.
what they do every time. That's why we always make the joke, like, oh, they got their playbook for the day.
Yep.
You know,
they got their scripts loaded.
Yeah, they got
Talking
their
points.
script, all their talking points. Like,
Did you guys get the memo? All right, check this out, guys.
I'm endorsing Abdul El Sayed for Senate in Michigan. Abdul is the only candidate in this race not taking corporate money, and he's fighting to get money out of politics altogether. Abdul studied to be a doctor, and he's fighting for every single American to have affordable, high-quality health care. Abdul has been a card-carrying union member, and he's fighting for working people. That's why he's endorsed by the United Auto Workers, and he's growing a movement of working people all across Michigan. And that's why I'm endorsing Abdul. He is the fighter Michigan needs in the Senate. Michiganders deserve a senator who will fight for you, not for special interests running millions of dollars in TV ads to buy this seat. And make no mistake, Abdul is the only candidate in this race who can build the grassroots movement needed to win in November. For money in your pocket, to get money out of politics, and deliver Medicare for all. Michigan, let's get this done.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but especially that very ending part right there. Let's get this done.
Let's get this done.
She just looked like your typical politician who was trying to put on the fake smile to be a smooth talking snake.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. She's talking about for money in your pockets, but I'm pretty sure that if you look up the 3 senators that took the absolute most money from big pharma and the health insurance companies, it was Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Raphael Warnock. And we're talking astronomically more. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I've posted them on my X account numerous times. It's outrageous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's sad because people talk about, well, free universal health care, but why are they pushing that? Could it be because they're the ones that are actually collecting the money from that?
Uh-huh.
Is there a reason?
Did you see the image of Nancy Pelosi's face after the Insider Trading Act got pushed through?
When she looked completely surprised?
She's like, no, it wasn't a completely surprised look. It was a holy shit. What am I gonna do to make money look?
I guess she's not going to be able to get that $20 a pint ice cream anymore.
Yeah. Like, she literally looked like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I will say, I have not 100% read that proposal, but what I read is that it only includes the member of Congress and their spouse. Is that what you understand?
I mean, I haven't read too much of it, but I've heard that it doesn't nearly cover as much as it should.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so how many 10-year-old billionaires are we going to have in the family of Congress members, right? Like, I think it needs to be expanded to be their entire family.
Well, I mean, you look at Joe Biden and what was it? Like, several of his grandkids had overseas accounts and they weren't even 18 years old.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many different little loopholes that this needs to be like really robust.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they definitely need, and I don't, the problem is you always have Democrats and they make up excuses. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Republicans that do this stuff too. But when you look at the stuff that's going on, and every single time that a legislation is proposed that's actually going to better this country, why is it the Democrats that always vote against it? With the exception of, I mean, I never saw this one coming. John Fetterman.
Well, I want to say,
John Fetterman. I mean, that guy has become kind of I don't want to say a breath of fresh air, but it's you know, he seemed like a total radical leftist, and then the guy has a stroke, and it caused a massive amount of improvement apparently, because he's the only one that's actually seems to be standing up for Americans, or at least attempting to. And everything else, I mean, does anybody remember in Trump's first term, the entire Russian collusion? I mean, let's blame Russia. It's Russia, Russia, Russia. And it's just nonstop lies.
Donald Trump poses the greatest presidential threat to our democracy since Richard Nixon. It's about the potential crimes and the potential cover-up. 17 different intelligence agencies have concluded that the Russians interfered with the election in order to help Donald Trump. Top Trump cronies like Carter Page, Paul Manafort, and Michael Flynn all had regular communications with high-level Russian intelligence agents at the same time they were engaging in hacking. The National Security Advisor resigned in disgrace because of illegal communication with the Russian ambassador. The president refuses to denounce Vladimir Putin and continues to try to make Russia great again. Connect the dots. It's time for House Republicans to do your job and put country ahead of party. Join us in a bipartisan investigation of the White House. What did the president know, and when did he know it?
Hey, Jake, do you by any chance remember the result of the entire Russian collusion investigation?
Don't even get me started. I'm like raging. I'm about to start cussing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was no obstruction, no collusion, and that
Yeah,
was
zero.
by
Zero.
both Mueller and Durham. And do you remember who it was that was actually colluding with Russians?
Hmm.
Do you need me to email it to you?
Airdrop it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was the queen of email herself, Hillary Clinton. Breathe, Jake, breathe.
You mean Killary? I try to keep her name out of my mouth because I do not want to be next on the
Oh, look,
list.
the whole chat's going, Hillary.
I genuinely try to keep her name out of my mouth because I do not want to be on the next Killary list.
Oh, I'm not worried about it being on the next Hillary list. I mean, if I've raised to that level of stardom, then hey, I guess it's better to go out on top.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, yeah, that's just one that they spent millions and millions of dollars going into this entire hoax. Of course, everyone said, well, you can't call it a hoax. Yeah, it absolutely was a hoax. I mean, unless you want to just call it corrupt.
Right.
They tried to blame Trump for something because they knew exactly what Trump was going to do when he got in there.
Yep.
It's the exact same thing that he's doing right now. So, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just going to say that, yeah, it's definitely not it's definitely not something that's actually good for the American people. And
no, not at all.
All right, you guys. So I think it's about time for a little bit of fun. And
Uh-oh, do I need to get prepared? He's about to set me up, you guys. Just watch. Bear with us. Are we good? Did my internet go down again?
All right, Jake, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Round one.
I don't always eat plutonium, but when I do, I prefer the freshly harvested kind because my llama refuses to wear pants to the grocery store on days ending in Y. Okay. When your rental car gets towed to the shadow realm, so you have to pay the cabbie in spicy nuggets. They told me the aliens demanded a blood sacrifice, but when I gave them this 40-piece and a singular wet nap, and now I own the moon's mortgage. What?
Oops.
When the alien overlords demand a sacrifice, but you forgot to bring the interdimensional tater tots, so you just do this instead. Honestly, Karen from HR was right about the laser tag budget, but I just wanted to be a 9,000-year-old purple potato. Oh, that was a good one. When the quantum flamingo hacks your subconscious to enroll a 500-level interdimensional salsa dancing class because the microwave demanded a sacrifice. What is up with the microwaves? So you just challenged the neon toaster overlord to a best of 3 pillow fight on top of the Great Pyramid using only a rusty calculator and expired canned tuna. When the quantum flux capacitor malfunctions and you accidentally seduce the sentient toaster, causing a temporal rift that only accepts payment in the form of discount coupons for moon cheese. My guy just reversed the polarity of the neutron wedding cake and got exiled to the shadow realm for eating the kryptonite. Now he is stuck in a time loop trying to sell life insurance to the dinosaurs that invented the concept of tax evasion. Oh my god.
I was trying so hard not to laugh over here the entire time.
I will say you did a lot better tonight because last time I could hear you laughing the whole time and it totally distracted me.
Oh, it was a little bit tricky without actually muting the mic. But
what is up with the toaster and the microwave obsession?
I don't know. Like, Arya puts these together, so
I'm gonna have to have some words with Arya.
Yeah, she has a tendency to do stuff like that. So
she likes to mess with me.
Yeah, she messes with me too, so it happens.
Yeah, but it's real mean and rude when she does it to me.
Oh, I don't know why.
Well, you deal with her every day. She don't know me.
Oh, not every day. I'm trying to see if I've got any other. Hang on a second, guys. Not sure if everyone's seen this one. I found this one a little bit funny.
Let me tell you about the story that liberal algorithms locked out. Her name is Sia Weaver. And if you ask anyone in the blue sky bubble who that is, they'll look at you like a turkey looking up at the rain. But she's kind of important in New York, being Major Mamdani's chief of the Office to Protect Tenants. And since Mamdani's big issue is the rent's too damn high, yes, he stole this guy's act. It's a very key appointment in the most important city in the country, which is also our financial center. It matters that the mayor stands by, and so I assume stands with, someone who says things like, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize private property, it's over. Seize private property. Home ownership is racist. Elect more communists. Private property, especially home ownership, is a weapon of white supremacy. Really? Even among the 20 million black Americans who own their own home? But these are statements made as an adult. Yes, for co-eds from elite private colleges, you're only a lesbian until graduation, but the communism lasts a lifetime. Democrats seem to be having this debate whether or not Mayor Mamdani is a socialist or a democratic socialist. Let me settle it. He's a straight-up communist. How do I know this? Well, I'm reading between the lines when one of his major advisors says, elect more communists.
I'm just going to say it. You know that the Democratic Party is completely done when he's fed up.
Yeah, when you confiscators.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't even call them confiscators. I don't think that quite covers exactly what these people really are. Like, I know that that's what Patriot Dad and Nam have said.
And don't
Honestly,
get me
I
wrong,
think
we agree with it. It's just
Sure.
that it doesn't cover.
Yeah, it doesn't encompass nearly even close to what these people actually stand for. Like when you talk about these are some of the worst human beings like ever to exist. Tora, they're more than thieves. They literally they don't just, and it's not even want to kill you. We were talking about this earlier. They want to break every aspect of you. They want you groveling on the floor and having to come to them for absolutely everything.
Everything.
And that's not who we are. Like we said earlier, I'd rather die on my feet than kneel at some altar of collectivism.
I think
or Islamism.
one really big thing to point out is, they keep talking about the working party, right? The working class. That doesn't mean the working class that we know today, right? That doesn't mean go to your job 9 to 5. At the end of the week, you get your paycheck and you can use your paycheck how you please. And, you can buy whatever you want based on your wages, right? That's not how this works. We're talking like social credits. Like, imagine, SK said this multiple times. Imagine pulling up to the gas station because you need, to put gas in your car and swiping your, I don't know what they're going to call it, but your social card, right? And it getting declined and saying, sorry.
You didn't smile enough.
You've exceeded your greenhouse gases for the week, or you've exceeded this, They're going to come up with any excuse that they can.
Look at what they do in China. If you haven't smiled enough on the flock cameras that they have absolutely everywhere, and you haven't made, done exactly the way that the Communist Party. I mean, I had a friend of mine who lived in China, and I talked to her when she lived in China. She thought the Americans hated the Chinese people. It's like, no, we hate your government. Yep. She ended up moving to Australia to go to college and fortunately was able to kind of slip away. And I had talked to her years later, and she told me that she had no idea. She had no idea that there was actually freedom out there. And I mean, I guess however free you can be in Australia, but you know, a lot of people that live under this kind of, just like the woman said earlier, like she didn't even know how to operate a shower.
Yeah.
They were eating out of the trash. I've seen places or people talking about having to eat bugs.
Yep.
I mean, how bad does it have to get? I mean, do people have to literally be eating cockroach sandwiches before they realize that, hey, we screwed up?
Yeah. Yeah.
You go back to Yuri Bezmenov, and he's talking about how, these people, they're sold this bill of goods, free shit, all the free goodies. And then they teach these people how to be revolutionaries. They teach them how to essentially be troublemakers. Well, what use do they become after the nation has been destabilized?
Yeah.
They are of no longer use.
Nope.
As he said, they will be lined up against a wall and shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people that are doing all of this that are going to be the first to go. Followed,
and I think another really good point when you talk about, people being lined up against the wall and being shot. Remember who was in charge in Venezuela during the protests against, this situation, and who was up there shooting the protesters?
Oh yeah,
the leader, right? The goal of the Democratic Socialists of America is to remove the president, place somebody that Congress chooses, not the American people. Congress is going to choose this president, and that president is going to serve them, not the American people.
Well,
so what do you anticipate happening in that situation?
I think Nam had said this the other day, and each state is guaranteed equal suffrage as far as in the Senate. So that's part of the Constitution. It cannot be amended. It cannot be removed. So how exactly do you think they plan on getting around that? The only possibility is civil war. And I don't know how they think that that's going to happen in America, because the majority of the military, the vast majority of the military, they vote right.
Yeah.
Do you really think that this isn't Nazi Germany? Do you really think that our military, true patriots, are going to allow that stuff to happen? I mean,
no.
Unless they're going to let some foreign nation just wander right in, which, I mean, if you kind of see what's happening with what happened at the border, and that's why they need all of these revolutionaries. That's why they need all of these, illegals to come in. It's not just for voting. They need destabilizers. They need to create as much chaos as possible. It's what I like to call the bathwater effect. When they bring in all of this stuff and mass chaos just erupts, everything's crazy. And then they come in and get to be the saviors. And even though things are worse than what they were before, you're so glad to have that relief that you literally bow to whatever nonsense that they're selling you. And a lot of people will do it. I, for one, will not.
Hell no.
They will have to kill me.
Yep.
And it's just not happening.
No.
And I know that, even though it's, and that's where their main piece of resistance is going to come from, is because Americans are not easily controlled. That's why we are who we are. That's why other countries turn to us, because we're not ones to be controlled. We're not ones to control either. We want everybody to be independent and we want people to actually have freedom, true freedom. So
yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the most important point, right? Like, everybody needs their freedom. We love this country because we have freedom.
absolutely.
Think back to that video we just watched of that woman from Venezuela, right? There's no freedom there.
There's
It's
no freedom.
there is none.
And the thing is, they will have people to the point where, you see, if you look at most people, especially in America, at least the true patriots, someone like me, for example, I would die before I let somebody control me like that. Now,
Mhm.
you start coming after my loved ones, that's going to be a different story. And that's another way that they will control you. I can't say what I would do.
Yeah.
Nobody ever knows. It's when they're threatening to hurt someone that you love. And that's why they do the things that they're doing. That's why you see all of this trans movement. That's why, because they want to separate families. They want
Yeah.
to pull people apart.
Yep.
That's Charlie Kirk always said that college was a scam. And, I went to college, and I went to college for a piece of paper. I
Guess
learned.
what, though? I didn't.
Mhm. Yeah. And the funny thing is now I don't even utilize that piece of paper.
No, not at all.
And I went to that school, and sure, I learned a few things, but for the most part, I was already working in the industry that I was studying for. So it's Torres said it right, divide and conquer.
Yep.
A nation divided cannot stand. And I think that the entire communist regime that has been according to SK, there's several, and I mean, I think she's put up enough data to show that there is. I mean, these people, they hate. A lot of them even hate each other. And they want to divide everybody. And
yep.
It's these people that are doing this, most of them are coming from other countries.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. It's like these people aren't even from here.
And they come over here and they convince our citizens that, oh, well, this country is so horrible. Like go live in Iran. You want to talk about the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. Okay, fine. That's great. Now go live in Iran. See how well they respond to you. It's not going to go the way that they think it's going to. And what do? Throw people off roofs. It's absolutely insane. And this is our nation. Sorry guys, it's hard when I think about losing everything and having no chance of, once it's gone, you guys, it's gone.
It's gone. There's really no getting it back. And that's why I will stress one more time.
Apparently he's not stressing anything at the moment. We lost Jake for a second.
Sorry about that. I will stress one more time that it's so incredibly important that we get out and vote in November. It's so incredibly important. We have to protect this nation.
Queers for Islam is a death sentence. Yeah, it's like Bibi Netanyahu said, it's like saying chickens for KFC. You know, I mean, there's absolutely no. Yeah, the Islamists, they want people doing all of this stuff. That everyone's talking about how that Islam is about peace, and it's not. Well, why do they say that? Well, because you see the Islamists here. Look at Mandam Islami. He can talk all he wants about, socialism and all this other stuff. But he doesn't believe in all that. He believes in Islam.
Yep.
It's literally two ideologies that don't mix. You can't have both. I mean, like I said earlier, what happened in Iran is you had the communists help overthrow the Shah for the Islamic Revolution, and the Islamists killed the communists.
Yep.
Which, I mean, if you think about it, normally we're sitting here going, oh, well, less communists, but at the same time, that's just more Islamists that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
We've got multiple fronts that want this country. And why? Why are we the target, Jake?
So many reasons.
That's because people want what we have.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be free.
No.
That's why they attack capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Because capitalism ensures that the hardworking people, the merit base, are the people that thrive.
Yep.
And they can't have that. So, you guys, I think now I got something I want to play just because I think it's very fitting, and then we'll see you guys on the other side of this.
This war for me and you. In the shadow of the towers where the sirens used to scream, we traded steel for silence, chasing empty dreams. They rewrite the history, tear the pages from the book, call it progress, call it justice, but it's poison in the brook. Voices rising, softer tolerance, the battle cry, while the borders crumble under endless open sky. We forgot the price of freedom, blood that soaked the ground. Now the weak are worshipped and the strong are taken down. I hear the whispers in the dark, they say the old ways die, but something sacred's breaking, and I won't apologize. This is my nation, under God we stand, not divided, not ashamed, with the rifle in our hand, faith like fire in the veins, burning through the lies, liberal chains are breaking loose. Watch the phoenix rise. We won't bow to false idols, won't kneel to their parade of weakness. Stress this virtue in the mess that they have made. One nation indivisible, under skies of red, white, blue. God bless the fight we're in. This war for me and you. This war for me and you. They push the rainbow banners while the churches burn at night. Defund the ones who protect us, let the chaos on the fight. Equity and inclusion, words that mask the coming storm, turning sons against their fathers, twisting what was born. No more merit, no more honor, just a victim on the throne, while the real heroes fade away, left bleeding and alone. They mock the Constitution, call the Bible hate speech now, but I seen the fruit they're bearing rotten to the core somehow. The storm is coming faster, feel it cracking through the seams. Time to wake the sleeping giant from these engineered dreams. This is my nation, under God we stand, not divided, not ashamed, with the rifle in our hand, faith like fire in the veins, burning through the lies, liberal chains are breaking loose. Watch the phoenix rise. We won't bow to false idols, won't kneel to their parade of weakness. Stress this virtue in the mess that they have made. Faith unbroken, rifles ready across this sacred land. Liberal darkness fading out, the morning light will break. We rise as one, the remnant strong for freedom's holy stand. One nation, under God, indivisible. Red, white, blue, the colors that will never fall. God of mercy, God gives strength in the battle we believe. Patriots awaken, this land we will not leave. Under God we stand. The echoes never die.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. We really got to get a video going for that one.
Yeah, that one's a hard one to do a video for.
I know.
Like writing the lyrics for it was kind of tricky too, especially in the faster parts of it. But I mean, got to do what you got to do.
Right.
So you guys, we're going to do something now that me and Jake have actually never done. And since we're apparently going to be doing some more shows and we've got a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be coming, we've got about 13 minutes, something more like that. I think we should probably do some Q&As. So if you guys want to, you guys have any questions you want to ask? I mean,
send them in.
Send them on in. Tora had asked about merch, and that's something that that me and Jake have actually discussed a lot about. We're probably going to need to get the rest of Patriot Source Network together and see if we can work something out, even something on a small basis, because I've had a lot of people requesting. I mean, me and Jake already have some designs for some t-shirts and stuff that we've made just in a joking manner. We even started working on a video. It's actually called "I'm Too Sexy for My Merch." So it's fun. Hopefully we'll have something that we can actually put together for that. So, have you both always been conservative, Jake?
Well, I'll be pretty quick and easy on this one. Absolutely. You know, I was raised in a military family. Both of my parents are from Wyoming. Both raised on farm property. So, yeah, absolutely. I have always been a conservative. What about you?
My grandfather was from Kentucky and military man. The whole entire family was a bunch of law. One side of the family was lawmen and the other side was moonshiners. And the entire family, they were all Republican. So I was raised that way. My parents never pushed politics on me.
Same. Yeah, same here. It was just the way that I was raised.
Exactly.
You know, it aligned to the Republican Party. They never pushed politics on me whatsoever.
I was taught to shoot when I was like the first rifle I ever had in my hand was when I was 6 or 7. And I was taught the importance. I was taught the dangers of firearms. I was taught the safety aspect. I was taught to always respect them. I was taught to respect the laws, the Constitution, law enforcement, military. So one thing I can definitely say that my parents did very right was made absolutely certain that I respected the right people and in a sense dismissed the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I'll put it this way. I was raised in a family. I'm the youngest of 6 kids.
Hold on one sec, Jade. June 18. I'm late, but I will rewatch the first hour. Shame, shame, shame.
Welcome in, June. Good to see you. But what I was gonna say is, I was raised in a military family. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and my dad was constantly deployed throughout my childhood, right? We could go anywhere as a family while my dad was deployed, and every single person that we encountered looked at my mom and said, "How do you do it? Like, you have 6 of them, and they're all so respectful and so well behaved and so well mannered." And I mean, don't get me wrong, all of us had the fear in God in us when, if we acted out in public, we were gonna get the belt or the wooden spoon or, whatever it was, when we got home, but we were just raised to respect people, right? Even if
Mhm.
even if you don't agree with them, you still gotta respect them.
I completely agree. So, Jake, if you could work in Trump's cabinet, what role would you take and why?
My role would definitely not be the press correspondent because let's be honest, I suck at reading. Um, honestly, like one of the things that I would love to do in the cabinet is work for Doge. I mean,
Okay.
I I can't say that I have 100% experience, but as you personally can attest to, you teach me how to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, he's not
I'm
lying
gonna
there.
figure it out.
Yep.
And Doge is one thing that
You guys,
I'm
I'm not
really
sure how many of
passionate.
you know this, but when I met Jake, Jake had never edited a video, had never done a single like actual graphic, really hadn't done a whole bunch of anything when it comes to
Anything. Nothing.
and but he has got one of the best work ethics that I think I've ever seen. So, I mean,
When he
now
says that I stayed up all night the other night on that video, I was up until like 3:30 in the morning, my time, and I didn't even realize what time it was until he started texting me back.
and that was when I was waking up in the morning to be at work at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
So, that's what I'm saying, like, I will get so engulfed into what I'm doing. I have such a passion, and I will just say that video that I made that we played tonight, that
yeah, it
really
was
just kinda
incredible.
it well, no, but I haven't done anything to that magnetism is it magnetism? That big before,
That
right?
magnitude.
Magnitude. There you go. I haven't done anything that big before, and, working on that really meant a lot to me, especially with my childhood, and when I find passion in something, I put my whole being into it.
Yeah, that's you guys. I can attest to that 100%. That's one of the reasons why me and Jake work so well together is because it's like we will stay up if there's a problem, we can't figure something out. There's times, especially on the weekends, we won't sleep. We will stay up and we will work and work and work until we figure it out.
Yep.
And I've got like 2 other guys that I work with doing IT work. And if I could have Jake where I'm working now and teach him how to do something, I would take Jake over them in a heartbeat. And they know this, like, and it has nothing to do with anything against them. It's just they they don't they don't work that way. So that's why when we put forth all this effort to try and make this podcast better and this network better, you guys can be rest assured that we're kind of working 24/7 because if we're not actively working on something, we're thinking about how we're going to do something when we get back. We've got a lot of stuff that we have kind of going on the back scene on
I
the
don't
back
I,
end.
I don't think anybody understands how much we do behind the scenes.
Oh,
You know, this is the first time that anybody's really seen us on screen. You know, obviously our faces aren't up here, but you guys all know us as this, right? But we do a lot in the back. Like when we say back office, like we're literally like sitting in the back, like, okay, how can we do this? How can we do that? How can we make this better?
Yep. And let's see something interesting here.
Guarding the Grid, who, by the way, I think is a really interesting account on X. I need to get to know this guy a little bit better because I have a feeling he's got some tricks and things up his sleeve that we need to learn about.
Hey, I'm
That was the first time that PD really like publicly acknowledged guarding the grid.
And I have no clue what he's talking about. Absolutely none.
No idea.
No clue.
But you also need to answer this question.
Okay. I would honestly probably be the transportation secretary. As weird as that sounds.
Did you see the video?
Well, see, Jake, no, but Jake, you know exactly why. See, I went, and this actually goes into what Cajun Patriot had asked. What was your college major? I went to school for cybersecurity and network engineering. And I've done IT, cybersecurity, network engineering almost my entire life. But at a point in my life, I was getting married and I needed money for college. So I went and I got my CDL and I became a truck driver. And during COVID, when I was actually working in IT, had the whole get vaccinated or lose your job. And I had that CDL. So I went back to driving and I am still doing that today. I'm doing IT work on the side, mostly on the weekends and stuff like that. But that is my day job. I drive a truck. I drive an 18-wheeler. And why? Because of the freedom. Because I don't have to really answer to anybody. I don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to tell me at one point in time that you have to get a vaccine or you have to do this or you have to do that. No, I can go anywhere. And that was the smartest decision that I made. It was kind of out of necessity at the time, but you know, that's kind of brings into some of the other things that we've been hearing recently as far as all of these college students that are coming out of college making, you know, $40,000, $50,000 a year with master's degrees, some of them. And I went to a 3-week course and I could leave that course making $80,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would be the transportation secretary because I see the stuff that goes on out there. I see a lot of people don't realize this, but it's the transportation industry. It's the logistics industry that figured he was a big rig trucker. Well, I mean, it wasn't what I intended. You know, I'm a network engineer. Like that's what my degree is in. And I do a lot of work in cybersecurity. I mean, I grew up hacking computers and now I do a lot of stuff, penetration testing and all that other stuff. But,
it is kind of wild, Tora, right? I never pictured him as being a trucker either. When he told me, I was like, huh? But it makes sense. I mean, when you tell him or when he explains why, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it was out of necessity. It was for money. And I was about to I had a wife and 3 stepkids. And I needed to make sure that they were taken care of.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what
That's
I
what he
do
would
and
want to
did.
do in the cabinet.
Yeah, I would take the transportation secretary job because I think that with the fact of making things operate more efficient. And here's another interesting fact: the last transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg, he was actually the mayor in one of the cities up north in Indiana, South Bend, and he destroyed. That's where Notre Dame football. The only good thing about the only good thing up there is actually the area around Notre Dame. Now it's getting better, but he absolutely destroy. So you would guard the road grids. Tora cracks me up, man.
Tora's the best.
It's never a dull moment with Tora in the chat.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, that would be, I mean, unless there was something that I could really do. Like, I wouldn't want to be like the Secretary of War or anything like that, but I wouldn't mind doing something in cybersecurity. But as far as like a cabinet position, I would have to say, it would be the transportation secretary. All right. So Jake has this video and he sent this to me earlier and I was just like, oh boy. But want to go ahead and play that, Jake?
It's fitting in the topic. Right?
It is fitting in the topic.
All right. One sec.
Veteran and not an illegal alien.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Did you drive things like this? Or this? Maybe even this? You drove the toughest roads on Earth, defending our freedoms.
Stick around.
Why not get paid to drive on ours?
You show me a pay stub for $72,000 on it, I quit my job right now.
How about 6 figures? Become a freedom hauler.
You ever think about that? I like it.
We like it too.
It's a real blessing.
And we're blowing up fraud. We want you on the front lines. Your road, your rules. Make your own hours, your schedule.
You sure about that?
Oh, we're sure.
Keep talking.
And did I mention medical benefits and sign-on bonuses? Training costs are completely covered for veterans because our heroes treat safety like a mission and rack up more miles doing it. Best part? You'll be on the road in a few weeks.
It's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What are you waiting for?
You can do it!
Your next mission deploys now.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole set your own hours thing because I definitely don't get to do that. But
Well, you don't work for the government.
well, that's true. That's very true. So Cajun Patriot said, would you guys ever do a face reveal? I knew that question was going to come at some point.
We've been waiting to address this.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's actually in the works. I'm actually working on getting the rest of my studio set up, and I think the real reason that we haven't ever done the whole camera thing is because we've kind of adapted to the characters, and we do this for fun.
Now that it's becoming a little bit more serious, obviously more conversations coming from that. But to be completely honest, we're 100% comfortable where we are right now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, doing podcasts and stuff like that was never something that we see. Four Strike, I rather the mystery. And that's now, you guys, in reality, if we keep doing this, there's only so long that we can carry on as our assumed characters, if you will. But I think that way it allows us to kind of be the comic relief and the fun aspect of a podcast that, I mean, and I know that they've said this before, but when we ran an analysis on the Patriot Source podcast, it literally places Patriot Source podcast in the upper, 1, 2, 3% of all podcasts as far as potential, because of the dynamic, the all the people on this network share. And you have a lot of intelligent people, you guys. There's a lot of intelligence in this network. There's a lot of intelligence in our chats. There's a lot of intelligence. We've got some very, very smart people. I'm consistently impressed by the conversations that happen on this network in the chat rooms, as well as on the screen. So it's eventually it's going to get to a point where they've already talked about us doing our own show and stuff like that. And if that becomes the ultimate reality of it, yeah, that is going to have to happen.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, we kind of drop the characters, and obviously we'll still do some comic relief, but I think our character videos might come to maybe not a complete end, but at least a limitation. So, still with me, Jake?
Yep. Yeah.
Thought Jake fell asleep there.
No, I totally agree. I mean, like you said, we're likely going to keep this going, right? Right now, we're currently just kind of filling the slot on the Friday night show for Patriot Source After Hours. But I mean, eventually, who knows? We might have our own specific time slot. And once we get to that point, we'll start considering a little bit more. But like I said, we're really comfortable where we are right now. And yes, you can take this one.
So June 18 says, please continue the music part 2. I know Nam has said this before, but I used to be a professional DJ. And I did that. I did professional production. So that's not going to end. I stopped doing music for quite a while in my life. And it's something that writing music is always like, I don't know if you guys know this, but almost all of the songs that we play, I wrote. And I try and do that as much as I can. I actually, believe it or not, I don't like writing all that much, but I love writing music. I'm actually really good at writing too. But I
Very
do
good.
that.
Very good at writing.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. I'll be writing people's book reports.
Nah, we don't do that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But
unless you pay really well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I typically only write to help people out, but yeah, the music part's not going to end. We will continue making music. I will continue getting out the video. Jake's obviously getting better with the videos. We're not going to end the stuff that we do behind the scenes. We're not going to end the entertainment and the patriotism. That's how I express myself with, I express myself through music. I express myself through a lot of the videos. It's that's kind of part of who I am, and I'm not gonna end that one way or another.
Mm-mm.
So
it was funny. Last night in the group chat with the team, they were like, "Oh, we need to combine these two videos," and I was like, "Yeah, that's not my expertise. I'm gonna give that to the audio guy. He can completely handle that."
Yeah, but yeah, we will definitely, I promise we will continue that. We will continue.
Good morning, Arrow. Happy to see you here, as always.
The majority of the stuff that we do kind of behind the scenes, we're going to still keep doing. And because, I mean,
we might not sleep.
We might not sleep.
We'll get it done. Trust me.
We're not going to let you guys
We're in it
down,
for the long haul. We're in it for the country. We're in it for you guys. We've got a lot of dedication here.
Patriotic. So many So many common histories. I have driven a truck, DJ'd, write music, and IT.
But have you worked
Wow.
in accounting? Have
I've
you
never
worked in accounting? I know, but you know, if we're
Well,
talking
Jake,
about
you
all
see,
common histories,
you and Patriotic Critical Thinker don't have anything in common. We're like brothers now, man. Like, yeah.
well, dang, I guess I'm just chopped liver over here, I guess, right?
I guess something, because I just got called out that I got like a long distant relative out here.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Jake. So, got anything else?
I think as we wrap this week, um, I know that right now, it's probably over by now, but President Trump was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight that was rescheduled due to we'll just call them issues at the first event.
Yeah. It's
So I
more
hope
issues.
everybody catches that. I'm sure that there's going to be some coverage that we can provide from that on the main show throughout the week. But either way, we'll be back here next Friday for you guys, and obviously we'll see you in the chat throughout the week.
Absolutely. And you guys, if you haven't already, I know we kind of forget this sometimes, but if you guys got anything out of this, if you guys got anything out of the message, got some laughs out of the stuff that we, please hit that like and share button. Tell your friends about the podcast, especially the subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us get this message out, and it helps us at least try and do our part to help save this nation. And I know the majority of you, we see you guys always over there on X and places. You guys are in the trenches, just
Yep.
taking everybody on.
We have the best family in this network. I'm just going to say that. Like, this network, we call you guys all family, and we take that to heart. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, you guys are incredible. You guys have shown us nothing but support, and that's, me and Jake have said this numerous times. That's why we do what we do. I mean, obviously it's to help the podcast out and stuff like that, but the podcast wouldn't exist without each and every one of you.
Nope.
You guys make this podcast, and our mission is to save this nation, and we can't do it without you. And
no,
you guys come here for information, and a lot of you guys come here for some of the entertainment. And if we can provide that for you, then that's what we're going to continue to do. So
listen, we're gonna provide the entertainment, but we're also going to give you some information in the middle of that.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of our goal, right? Bring you in for the entertainment, but let's hit you with some facts.
Yep. And we're trying to we're working with the regular hosts and stuff like that. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff working in the background to try and really kick the entire only you can prevent communism. We're trying to get the audio out there. We want it to be an anthem played all over social media. We want to get some videos out there. We want to get some, I mean, me and Jake have even talked about trying to get some like advertisement type stuff out there. Cause I mean, it's true.
Yep.
If it's without you guys, without the voters, without the people that are, on the front lines, we can't stop communism from taking over this country. We can't stop Islamism from taking over this country. We will lose this country.
We will.
So,
Tora, you're very much accurate. You provide the snarky comments, but before we close out, we all have homework. Okay.
Call our
over the
reps.
weekend.
And you guys don't just
don't just
Jake,
call
real
Thune.
quick. Yeah, exactly. Don't end with Thune. If you guys have your local representatives, call them too.
Yep.
I mean,
because those are the people that need to actually put pressure on Thune and say, listen, I've gotten 150 calls this weekend. People are pissed. Let's get this done.
You know, Jake, I think we need to get a clip together of Wolf of Wall Street. Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Yep.
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Absolutely.
Pick up the phone and start dialing. In fact, I think that should be our new anthem for anytime we do the show. You guys have a problem with the current people in office? Then pick up the phone and start dialing. You know, do you guys have an issue with your country being taken over by communists? Then pick up the phone and start dialing.
Yep.
Do you have a problem with Zoran Mandani, Mandam Islami, and all the stuff he's doing in New York? Then pick up the phone and start dialing. I think that should be the kind of the new theme for, at least for our show when we're doing this. Pick up that phone and start dialing.
You all have homework. You all know your assignment. Let's get it done.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We love you all. Again, we can't do this without you. And until next time, we will see you guys on the other side.
See you guys all. Next show will be Monday. Monday at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern.
Absolutely. Good night, you guys.
اینی که شما میگید مرگ بر آمریکا یه شعار نیست صرفاً